Princess Kate, assumedly, would be very humanitarian. She would also be very savvy in a consciousness level because she's in a royal family. So let me go right into what I picked up. So her consciousness, not her physical body, but her consciousness was altered. And what I mean by that, and it's kind of horrifying, but what I mean by that is, instead of performing a surgery like a lobotomy on her, which could have also been done, but I get that she was removed because of what she knew. And when I say removed, I'm speaking only in the sense of consciousness, not physicality. So I get a removing of the consciousness, the way that she thinks, what she knew formerly to going in the hospital, to what she knows now, to how she spoke then, to how she speaks now. Because I was asked a multitude of times during live streaming if she was still alive, and I could not pick up on that energy. I could not tie into that energy. And it was very strange because I'm like, she's a public figure. I should be able to pick up on her energy because their auras are so big and they're projected, they're public figures. Okay. There's a lot of things that go into that. There's who the person is. There's I'm going to use the word, the spells that are cast on an energetic level over the public. These can be glamour spells. These can be why people look at a particular world figure and find them attractive when it's clear that they're not, or I'm not speaking about her, or that they perceive the person as good and caring for them when they can't possibly even know who the hell you are. So there's a lot that goes into the conjuring of consciousness of the public people, us, the commoners, as they say in England. I'm sorry, I just thought I'd throw that in there. The commoners, the peasants that walk around on the planet. There's a lot, sorry, it just struck me as funny. There's a lot that goes into convincing us that we need to see them in an elevated position. That is a consciousness spell directed at the people. If we do this, this, and this, they will believe like little kids believe in Santa Claus. And it is exactly that. Until your consciousness kind of shifts and you see it differently, which I think is happening all over the world in every single country, not just theirs. But what happened to Kate? So let me get into what I picked up. So let's go to her husband, Prince William. Double cancer, also born during a lunar eclipse, Sag rising. That's as far as I went in his chart. Anyway, Prince William, and this was found out by Princess Kate. Prince William has been doing business deals, and she became informed about this through a royal ally within the context of the royal family, another female. And of course, in order to keep that information down here so that Princess Kate could expose it later on or circumvent it so that it didn't cause political injustice and problem, is she had to be an enemy with the person that was bringing her information from the other side within the family. You know how families split and they're like, you could have a sister-in-law, you could have a sister, mother-in-law, and somebody's doing something. Well, after Queen Elizabeth died, this is when this started. Prince William, it's actually about 2.5 years ago. I don't know when she died. I can't remember when Queen Elizabeth died, but it's been in the last 2 years. Prince William started doing what I call double dealing. So the British royal family has their agenda for their country and their people and everything else. He started going into the Middle East. This is what I'm picked up. He started going into the Middle East and double dealing. Double agent is the wording I heard. Double business dealing, double agent. Who was he talking to there? Which country? A Middle Eastern country. I have no idea which country it is, but I see behind the curtain country. So it's a country that we probably are not particularly friendly with. He is doing communication. He is talking behind the scenes. He is securing himself a financial and powerful position by doing these business deals. There is something going on where the British royal family is under attack from behind the scenes, where they want to take the power of the royals away. Prince William knows this, and he has left his country. He has turned over information over here to this Middle Eastern country. He has stepped aside. And I kind of feel a little bit like his mother may have understood what I'm talking about if she was alive. Well, she was alive back then, but she kind of understood where the British royal family was going, and they've been trying to steer it back. Prince William has stepped out of his responsibility and gone to this country, I'm going to say Middle East again, and basically signed the papers to protect himself when it all goes down with the British royal family. There is a powerful allegiance to take this royal family out of power, an overthrowing of the family. Prince William has jumped into a position of self-preservation and power and control over here. There are papers being exchanged. There are phone calls. There are trips. There is a concerted effort to remove himself from family duty over here and push himself over here to the new ruler. Now I'm just going to like kind of section this back. So as I'm looking at this, I'm like, why that? Because that's like going to cause a huge rift, if not some kind of crazy shit going on in the world. My understanding of it is there is somebody in the Middle East. I don't know which country. Okay. I didn't get that, but there is someone in the Middle East, male person, who is going to rise into power. This person is going to rise into power over there, taking over several governments in that part of the world. And I don't know how that happens. I have no idea, but that's what I pick up on. And as that's happening, that person is going to move forward into Western countries, this hemisphere, and over into the UK. And it's systematically going to be understood that we are now going in one direction under one rulership, not a bunch of little rulerships. We all have our own countries. We all have our own political parties. We all have this, that, and the other. Even though the US borders Mexico and Canada, each and every part of that has its own different group of people who govern over those countries. This is not the way of the future. And I'm sure I'm talking like within the next 15 years, but I'm going to say the next 2.5 years that Prince William's agenda is going to come front and center. Going forward 2.5 years. I go forward to the end of this year, end of November, Thanksgiving timeframe for us, all the way through to December, when it is found out what Prince William has in mind, what he's been doing, the information over here being transferred over there for their power. Now, their power gain came under the attention of Princess Kate. She overheard, saw, and documented intellectually what she got. She is now speaking over here about it, trying to block it because she actually honestly feels it's detrimental. At the same time, we have the media throwing this Rose Hanbury woman that Prince William is having an affair with, and that explains why Kate needs a mental health break. I'm rolling my eyes at that because anybody married to a man in a position of power knows that men in positions of power, I mean, this is expected, okay? He is his father's son. So we expect this, and it's not like that's unknown. It's unfair, it's cruel, it's unkind. But I think Princess Kate is not having a mental breakdown because Prince William is having an affair with Rose Hanbury, among many others, okay? I don't think that that's like a bone of contention with her. She may not like the woman, she may not like that it's public, but the media threw it out there publicly to distract the public from digging into what was really going on. Princess Kate was whisked away for illness, okay? For illness. Now, here's what I get with that. I get her not feeling well in her stomach. So I literally get that she didn't feel well in her stomach. So the illness diagnosis can very well be happening at the same time that these other things are happening. And while she is in seclusion in a private setting that doesn't quite strike me like a hospital, but in the private setting, there are elements of her consciousness being removed so that she misremembers what she remembered, what she saw, how she felt, the paperwork that she saw, the phone call that she overheard, the photographs that she took, because I literally get she took photographs. Her husband, she saw him as duplicitous, not for the affairs, but for the work that he was doing, the work over here, and then the work over there in the Middle East, and the information going from here to there. Okay, like a pipeline back and forth, double agent. Just think of Russian spy double agent. Exactly that. What we read about it. So I see the double work of Prince William going against his family. I see her knowledge and understanding of that being removed on a consciousness level. So I don't know if they triggered her memory to like break down or what they did, but there's a consciousness removal. So when Princess Kate comes back, the reason that she doesn't feel solid to me is because part of who she is no longer instilled within the genetic coding of her physical body, consciousness. And I'm not even sure she's aware of it. There is a different feel to her. There is a different texture to her. There is a different way that she looks. There is a different way that she expresses herself. So when I'm looking at that, I'm like, no, this is not the same consciousness. It's almost like saying when you have a very vibrant, outspoken person and they talk to you, they communicate, they do all kinds of things. And then you see them again and they're withdrawn, subdued, and they're kind of behind the scenes. Why is